Uh, yeah. The old Black Panther of Pride. Uh, there's somewhere in the Bible it talks about something about uh, we have walked in great pride. That it's in Second Ezra's. And the whole of Second Ezra's book, man, this guy is really down, man. He's really down. It's like even the angels can't snap the people in that book out of their lamenting sorrows. And once again, but at the same time, you got a man with a repentant spirit. But this is also a person, I think, they some of these guys, I think even Ezra, especially, they seen the destruction of Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? I think they had to actually witness it. And it's not like, I don't think they were in it. It's more or less, it's like you're outside of it watching it go down and then be oppressed and, just severely suppressed. And, so they had a reason to be real sorrowful at that time, and which we do now, because you see we stand on the edge of World War III. And if you can't recognize that, it's pride, man, in a way. It's pride of life. See, that's where I was getting at with this. Like, what brought on some of this severe testing? Well, I might not walk in great pride, but there was a time I did, in great foolishness. Because that's what stems from great pride. You know what I'm saying? And then there's habits of pride or thought patterns of pride and like automatic responses of pride that you have to break yourself from. I mean, and you can't break pride with pride, man. And one good way to start is instead of trying to cover your own tracks, admit when you're wrong quickly. Recognize these demons, and their characteristics and their totem spirits in a way, because demons have totem spirits. Like literally in Solomon's book, it was talking about the demons can take multiple forms. Sometimes they're chimera, sometimes they're animal, half human, bat-winged creatures. You know what I'm freaking saying? So look, there's some validity to that whole thought process there. But yeah, the pride of life, man, is a big hindrance to people having spiritual growth. Because if you have pride, if you try to be spiritual but yet you still cling to the prides of life, like say half the time when are you in the pride of life and when you're in the spirit? You know what I'm saying? And it gets confusing for your brethren and sisters who have to deal and put up with that demon. You know what I'm saying? Because this demon isn't like the Exorcist. This demon is a bad habit of not controlling and bridling the tongue, which is from that heart full of that's possessed by that Black Panther of pride. And it's contagious, like cats that you get scratched by a cat and it hits a vein, you can get cat scratch fever. And it's not like the Ted Nugent song, like that shit will kill you. It's blood poisoning. Your blood turns into a fucking poison, and then your body poisons itself. It's you know what I'm saying? So same thing with pride. Pride leads to angers and strifes and contentions. And also, once again, pride also, when you put yourself on such a high pedestal that you believe like you're righteous and everyone else is just evil, it's like it's such a hard bar to live to that you're set up for failure. You know what I'm saying? No one's ever going to be able to live up to your standards, nor yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because by the way you judge others, you just know that's how you judge yourself secretly, and you know that's a broken freaking person there. Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, do you want to go beat yourself against the brick wall or the rock that's on the other side, or do you want to just follow the void out of the in between the rock and the fucking wall? You know what I'm saying? this pride cometh before a fall. So the reason why you're getting beat up so much sometimes it's because pride is keeps making you. It's like, you ever seen someone just get beat down and they just keep like, they keep standing up and get beat down again and beat down again and beat down again, and they will not submit. It's pride that makes them do it. And if you keep getting up, you'll get beat to freaking death at some point. And the Bible's against that. The Bible isn't like you have to necessarily, you can't never take a fucking beat down and then go lick your wounds and heal up and come back later. The Bible's not is not above that. You know what I'm saying? We're just men. We're not God. We're not meant to be men of renown. I mean, like that. We're not meant to be Achilles always. You know what I'm saying? Because why? Because it'll make pride, man. It like, you'll be proud of your ethnic hero, so it makes you proud, and now that's a fucking stronghold in your life. So the demons will manipulate that pride somehow, and it'll be your fucking downfall. You know what I'm saying? So, the pride is what will make you laugh at someone else that's going through bad shit, because you'll feel better about your situation because you see someone worse off than you. And that's kind of a Sado mindset where you like to go and gaze at the less fortunate so you can feel way better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And but yet at the same time keep yourself separated by pride. Pride separates. Pride is what causes the heathens to rage, and the nations to gather against God in rebellion. I mean, it's pride. And pride is like a head of a beast with legs and arms. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, it's a commander of other demons. And there's strife is a demon, and it says, I think it said it causes men to engage into war, into a bad situation where they're destined to die, and they will not just say F it and give up and submit themselves, because supposedly sometimes that's a good thing. That's God's like, okay, since you will not submit to me, he puts you in a situation where you got to submit to somebody else, and it'll be someone less, someone full of pride, someone put in a fucking whack position, and part of it was because your own pride led up to it in a way. And that's the only thing that could ever break you of it, is actually to have someone over you that, in a way, they're going to get checked. Their pride's going to get checked by them being over you. So they don't get into it, man, without suffering from it. Man, you know what? That's funny, man. I seen this dude, I think, before out in Lapeer. He fucking came walking up on me. I remember that. Now that I mention it, seen this dude on he went driving by on a 4-wheeler one day, freaking with his phone out, over pointed towards this direction. So it's like, I don't know if that was this coincidence or if that's freaking a gang stalker. You know what I'm saying? Some agent tour. You know what I'm saying, out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But yeah, see, here's another thing. That is quite a. If that would only happen once, that would be a presumption and an assumption. But since it's now that I seen it that time, I remembered seeing him a long time ago. Fucking and that's the type of shit that how you can recognize a gang stalker is you'll see someone like way in a different part of the same state, and then you'll go back to your regular town, you'll see him again there. So it's like, there's no way we vacation and recreation in the same fucking places at the same fucking time. It's not possible. But see, that's how the devil works to get you off this lesson here about the pride. That pride becometh for a fall. So listen, great pride is a great fall. And pride is also what stops you from repenting when you could just be like, abandon the pride, man. Just let it go. Shit, get on the fucking life raft and let the Titanic sink. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, don't boast, because look, if you say, you be like, I swear I'm gonna do this. Now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's like you count your chickens before they're hatched. Now you're obligated to uphold that word, or then you renege and become a hypocrite. I mean, and that's pride comes before a fall. Because of pride, you speak arrogantly, foolishly, and presumptuously, out of some, out of want to satisfy the ego, which is a big part of your flesh, because that's like your self image, how I look, how I appear to others, all this shit. What can I get out of this? It's really self orientated, and when you're superly self orientated, it's like you tread on everyone else. You know what I'm saying? And but unknowingly, you don't even realize it, because you're so in pride. You only think about what you think and what you need to say, and what it's always swung back around at some people. They can't never get outside themselves at all, and that's pride that does it. You know what I'm saying? Pride wants to harbor resentment, and pride also, because you can't live up to this false image of your prides, and pride also makes you project it on others. No one can ever live up to it, so then you become bitter and resentful and just totally rejected. That's why, like, look, one of these things, it's like whatever it takes to breach the door. Then these other ones come rushing in, just like when the police raid your house. It's like you'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden you'll hear all this fucking commotion, and then bam, door comes flying down. And then fucking, it looks like a line of snakes. They all come in a line, and they go, and they spread out, and they go from room to room, going clear, clear, clear. See, it only takes a little bit of pride unchecked for long enough before it comes a great pride. And then it's like, look, if you ain't got it yet, that's bad news. That means you're being preserved unto judgment. And I wouldn't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like sometimes there's a tactic in war where you make it look like that your guard's down, but really you're all waiting in the shadows and the wings to for the guy to take the bait and come in there. And that's, God does that sometimes to the wicked. And the wicked also do that too. They lie in wait and ambush and dig pits and have nets and snares of the fowler and all that. But look, remember everything the demons and the devil and all them know, they were all taught by God. They were created by God. So look, it's safe to assume that whatever they know, so does God. You know what I'm saying? So, and who taught them? You know, so it's like, that's why you can that's a real check and balance to see what's greater. Whoa. Yeah, you can weigh things out, man. See what's greater. It's like putting things on scales. Like, you could have a small little object over here and a bigger object, like you could have a big thing of styrofoam, and then you could set it next to a little stone. But the little stone goes down more than the styrofoam, even though the styrofoam is bigger. That's the way, like, pride is. Pride is like styrofoam, because really, it might be, when the anger and the wrath and the rage is there, there's like a superpower of death force. But it's a lot like that styrofoam. You get a lot of it, but it ain't gonna go that far. It will perish. The way of the wicked will perish. It will fly away like chaff. And that's the type of thing. Because listen, your pride will not live forever. It is gonna burn up. And you better check it now, man, before it gets checked. You know what I'm saying? By what you reap, what you sow.